بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. Welcome all of you brothers and sisters to the 7th episode of Story of Karbala. In this episode we'll talk about the second person in this battle after Imam Hussain. He was the leader of Imam Hussain army. This man is his brother, younger brother Abbas, the son of Amir Moumen Ali ibn Abi Talib. This man was, to start with, has been raised by his father and then his brothers Imam Hassan and Hussein, and also under the care of his mother, to be and continue the line for Islam in a form of defending Islam. This man, even though he was very young age, 34 years of age, he had certain situations happen before this battle. One of them happened when he was very young kid. Imam Hussain asked for water. He ran so fast to his mother and told her, my brother Hussein, he would like to have some water. He had some water. He put it in a jar on top of his head and came running. So he will be the first one to bring it to Imam Hussain. The water was skipping from the jar and getting on his shoulders. When he came to give it to Imam Hussain, his father, Amir Moumen, started crying. And everybody was wondering why. He says he will do the same thing in the Battle of Karbala, but instead of the water being on his shoulders, it will be his brain in his shoulder. He will die to get the water to his brother. Second thing, when he was about 15 years of age, in the Battle of Siffin between Imam Ali from one side and Muawiyah, the father of Yazid, from the other side, at one time there was Qantara, a small bridge between the two armies, and Muawiyah army was trying to go through this and get to Imam Ali army, and there were a few people, including one who was covering his face, fighting them, preventing them from crossing this bridge. It called the day of Qantara, and that one person who was covering his face, when he has been called in front of Imam Ali, Amir Moumen, to show himself, everybody found out that it was Abbas. And at that time he was only 15 years of age, and he fought the people and the soldiers of Umayyad army, and they were about 90,000 people. He was not afraid from them. Third situation, when Imam Hassan died and they throw his body with arrows, he was about to fight and kill Marwan ibn al-Hakam and the alliance, trying to throw arrows on his brother bodies. Imam Hussain asked him to watch Imam Hassan well, not to fight, and he told him, you will have a fight, and you will have your fight in the day of Karbala. And this is true happened. When Imam Hussain moved out of Medina and he took his family, the first one was Abbas. Zainab, when they asked her to get on the camel, she refused. When her nephews came in, and she says no, until Abbas came and he told her, you come with me and I shall protect you. Then she moved under his care, and all the way from Medina to Mecca, and from Mecca to the way to Kufa, and ending up in Karbala, she was under the care of Abbas. This man, not only this, when he arrived to Karbala and the besiege started and the army came in, Ubaidullah ibn Ziyad, because he was very well known knight when he rode the horse, he was so huge that they say his feet will touch the ground while he's still riding the horse. The people and the army were so afraid from him that they send him a special prize if he leave his brother Hussein to be the leader of the army and the governor of any area he wants, just to leave his brother. He refused all of this, and he says, no, I shall be with my brother and Imam Hussain. In the beginning, he refused even to talk to them until Imam Hussain asked him to respond to them. And then, during the besiege, Imam Hussain sent his people, the Alliance Ansar, to get some water for the family and the camp, and the people were besieged. Every time they tried to go, they could not get water. And he sent his brother Abbas, and he bring the water and bring the people back with him. And this happened a few times. But even though he brought many times the water, it was not enough as we thought. Like there were at least 50 child with Imam Hussain, plus the ladies, plus the family of Imam Hussain, plus the 72 people, the alliance. So the little amount of water was not even enough for the kids. So were they still thirsty. And that's why called the Saqqa, the one who brought the water for them. After the besiege, during the night, just before the battle, the army about to fight with them, and Imam Hussain heard the noise, and he was staying in his tent, and he asked his brother Abbas to go and find out what's going on. He went, and they told him that Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad gave the order to fight you, or you surrender to his orders, and he shall send you to Yazid. He says, just wait for your position a moment. I will go back to my brother and talk to him. He went, told him, he asked him, can you ask them to just give us the night so we can pray to our God Allah? And he went back to tell them. They says, okay, we'll let you just go for the night. During the night, everybody, they were praying or reading Quran, except one person. He was spending his time on the back of his horse, guarding the camp. Imam Hussain was in the camp, but because the family, the ladies and the kids, were so afraid, 30,000 army surrounding them all around from all places, and they were afraid that any moment of time they can fight and they can attack them. But because Abbas was guarding them, they felt safe, and they were at least feeling safe and could sleep. And this is why he spent the whole night, did not sleep, guarding his family. After he finished guarding the whole night, in the morning of the fight, after Imam Hussain distributed the positions for his small army, he gave the leadership of the army to his brother Abbas, just beside him. And every time there was a fight, and some of the people, some of his knights were not able to come back from the battlefield, Imam Hussain was sending the scavenger Abbas to get them back, and he was fighting to get them back. After the death of all Ansar, then the turn came to Bani Hashim, and all of them killed. Every time Abbas asking for a permission to fight, Imam Hussain was refusing. He told him, you are the leader of my army. If you are killed, we will be finished. And then at last, after everybody was killed, he tried to take the permission, refused. The kids, the children, the ladies, they were crying, begging for little water. And Abbas was crying for them. And he asked and insisted that he shall go and fight. Imam Hussain asked him to get some water for the kids. So the permission was given not to fight really, but to try to get some water for the children and the family. Abbas went and talked to the people and asked for water for his family, for his Imam. They refused. Then he started attacking them, trying to get some water. There were 4,000 soldiers guarding the river, so they prevent Imam Hussain and his family from having water. Abbas killed almost 80 of them on his way to the river. When he arrived and filled the bag of water, he felt the coolness of the water. He touched the water with his hand and felt the water coolness. People thought that he's trying to drink some water and forget his Imam. Actually, he did not. He did not forget his Imam and his brother. He said a poet stating that he is defending his Imam. He did not say, I'm defending my brother. So to tell that he was fighting for his religion rather than for his family. And he filled the bag. And as Imam Sadiq was saying, when my uncle Abbas went to the river, his heart was like a piece of fire from the thrust. That's what he was feeling. He took the bag and he went back. On his way, when Umar ibn Sa'd, the leader of the enemy army, found out that Abbas is trying to get the water to Imam Hussain, he said, try to prevent him. If Hussain and Abbas drink the water, they will finish all of you. So while he was fighting, two people came from his behind, and using the sword, they cut his right hand. The sword fall, he took it with his left hand, and then the flag, he took it to his chest and moved the bag to the other shoulder. He was bleeding, but he did not care. He continued his way to try to get it to Imam Hussain. Then another two cut his left hand. The sword fall down with the hand. The flag fall the same thing. And then Abbas hold the bag of the water with his teeth. And even though he was bleeding, he tried to reach with the water to Imam Hussain. When Umar ibn Sa'd found out that Abbas was so caring about this water, he says, throw arrows to him. And the arrow men were 4,000. 4,000 arrows came to him in one moment. One arrow came to the bag of the water, and the water just leaked out of it. Abbas at this moment of time did not know what to do, because there is no water. He then does not know what to do to come back without any water. While he was standing, then another arrow came to his right eye, became blind, blood covering the other eye. He could not see. While he was having this, plus the arrows coming to his chest and his body, he put the arrow between his legs to try to take it out. While he was trying to do so, then a man came from his behind with a steel bar, hit him very hard on his head, break it into two pieces, and Abbas fall down from the top of his horse. Can you imagine what's your feeling when you fall down from your horse to the ground? And especially if you fall down on your face and you have no hands to hold yourself and slow your fall. And not only this, the arrows which was in his clothes went into his body while he was falling down. When he fall down, he cried for his brother, and it was the first time he's calling Imam Hussain as his brother, that come and help me. When Imam Hussain came, he found Abbas in this situation. No right hand, no left hand, an arrow in his eyes, and the other eye is covered with blood, and his head is split into two parts with a steel bar. He took his head and put it in his lap. Abbas was out of his conscience. When he felt this, he said, he thought that man will come and kill him. He told him, just let me a little while, just to see my brother Hussein. He told him, I am your brother Hussein. He moved his head from the lap of Imam Hussein to the ground. And then he took it back, Imam Hussein, to his lap. He did it 3 times. He told him, my brother, why you are moving your head out of my lap? He told him, this moment you are putting my head in your lap. Later on, when you will be killed, who will put your head in his lap? Imam Hussein was crying. At this moment of time when he was talking to him, Abbas got dead. He died. Imam Hussein started crying, and he felt so bad that he says that now I am finished. And it's true, because the army was not able to reach to Imam Hussein to kill him while Abbas is alive. When he went back to the camp, Imam Hussein was crying, trying to dry his tears with his clothes. When he first came back, Zainab met him and told him, where is my brother Abbas? He told her, Abbas is dead. She started crying, and she says, we are lost after you, Abbas. And Imam Hussein, he agreed. He said, yes, we are lost after you, Abbas. And Sukaina, the daughter of Imam Hussein, came and asked, where is my uncle? He promised me with the water. He told her, your uncle is dead. And she started crying, and the whole family was crying, because they knew the one who was guarding them from the night before, defending them, not letting people come and attack them. Now he's dead. Imam Hussein's position is exposed, and their position is exposed. Now the enemy will concentrate the whole army against Imam Hussein. This is how Abbas died. Died while he's defending for his religion, for his Imam. Even when he was about to die, he did not thought of himself. Till the last moment, he was thinking of his Imam, and he died thirsty, did not have a drop of water in his mouth. This is how Abbas, the leader of the army, the brother of Imam Hussein, the son of Imam Ali. This is one and the leader of the army. We'll see you in the next episode, and we'll continue to talk about the lesson we learn from Karbala through these examples that we are presenting to you. Salam, and see you then.